Good morning. Happy holidays and happy holidays to our friends who may not necessarily be celebrating Christmas. It's December 27th, and I want to preface my remarks today for for the future. One is please remember when you're commenting in the chat that those are recorded and are actually going to be in our videos. So please don't use it as a Facebook post, except please include yourself and any message that will forward, any communication that will forward the intention of the message will be greatly appreciated. Next, I want to actually let you know and remind you again that although we're not personally in community, I offer community in the chat room that we have on Wednesday. So if you do have any questions or comments on the lesson, please join us Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. We'd love to have you. It's fun and you get related to other people who are interested in the words that we're speaking about. And lastly, I want you to know that we're still having mini retreats. If people would like to know how they're going, Sandy and Sandra have posted inside the Sacred Journey of Life Facebook page their experiences, and it might give you some sense. But it's that possibility of getting you on the road to sparking your spiritual development or creating a program for yourself. We can actually together with Spirit create a program for yourself. So thank you for allowing me the preface. Now, if you would just take a few breaths to center yourself, bring in that golden light of the divine through your body, and exhale any gravity, sadness, grayness, if it's there. But just breathe in the gold light and expel anything that might get in the way of you hearing the message today. And one more time. Great. Be comfortable. Please turn down the phone ringers if you're listening on your phone so that your attention isn't disturbed. I appreciate that. We're going to offer a blessing to open today's service. Our love for the eternal kindles our imagination to bless. Regardless of how we configure the eternal, the human heart continues to dream of a state of wholeness, a place where everything comes together, where loss will be made good, where blindness will transform into vision, where damage will be made whole, where the clenched question will open in the house of surprise, where the travails of a life's journey will enjoy a homecoming. To invoke a blessing is to call some of that wholeness upon a person now. To invoke a blessing is to call some of that wholeness upon a person now. And I'd like you to take a few moments from where you're sitting, eyes closed, from your heart. Please invoke a blessing and include yourself, but a blessing on someone who's near and dear to your heart that you've been concerned about. And actually, you can use the commentary if there is a name of a person or an issue you would like me to include in the daily prayers. So invoke a blessing now to call some of that wholeness upon a person. Thank you. So now our opening prayer will be vocal, of course, the musical voice of Ronnie Weiss.
I see the sunrise over the horizon, and I'm grateful for another day. Because of your love, I can face any challenge comes my way. Only in you I live, I move, surrender my will to yours. Make me who I am in you. In Christ I can do all things. It really doesn't matter if the enemy tries to harm me, 'cause no weapon formed will be able to prosper. I will let my light so shine so everyone can see not me, but he who started a good work in me, he shall complete it. I will pursue what pleases you. I will follow through, 'cause I realize it's all about you. I will pursue what pleases you. Do what you tell me to, 'cause I realize it's all about you. Oh, I tried to find my own way through this maze. Thought I could make it to my place of destiny. But then I thought as you stood naked in humility. Now I clearly see, without you there's no me. Christ can do all things. It really doesn't matter if the enemy tries to harm me, 'cause no weapon formed will be able to prosper. I will let my light so shine so everyone can see not me, but he who started a good work in me, he shall complete it. I will pursue what pleases you. I will follow through, 'cause I realize it's all about you. I will pursue what pleases you. Do what you tell me to, 'cause I realize it's all about you. I will pursue what pleases you. I will follow through, 'cause I realize all about you. I will pursue what pleases you. Do what you tell me to, 'cause I realize it's all about you. All about you.
Thank you, Ronnie. We'll see you later. In the sacred books of the Adwen, it is written, "The Son of Man is the shepherd of men." And we know how diligently a shepherd tends his flocks. Jesus came not as a shepherd to drive, but as one bearing a guiding lantern to show the way. It is also written, "The Son of Man is the deliverer of men." And while we know from what we have to be delivered, those who lived in his land misunderstood the meaning. Colburn Bible, the Great Book of Britain. The message in my readings, in my meditation this week from Christ himself, who stands here ready to heal any request made of him, was this: I am not your Savior. There are no saviors. There is Word. The Word, divine proclamation. The proclamation, you are each and every one a being of divine light, as I was. You each have the authority to bring forth your light, expressing love, expressing peace. You each rule over nature. You are made in the image of the divine. Honor the divine by honoring yourselves. The Word Previous to me, there were other proclamations. The word was made manifest and present on this planet in Krishna, in Buddha, Melchizedek, St. John the Baptist, and myself, who had that honor and privilege. Why? Again, to remind each of you who forgot that God was with you and that you had a higher purpose, and that's to honor the divine light inside you. The larger purpose now, it's for among all of you to come together, bring your light together, shine your light, each bringing forth a unity of consciousness, a merging of this light that is and will be the second coming of Christ consciousness. It will be the revelation of the Christ consciousness that exists right now in each of you. How? Remembering who you are. What is there to do? As I saw and demonstrated, be in the service of humanity. No man too small, too evil, to be avoided, to be cheated of your love and your light. And my wish for you, always, always joy. Do what brings your heart joy, and you will be expressing the divine light within you. And from Mother Mary, who's present, who actually says to you too, what I'd like you to do in the coming week is think of a color of blue, your favorite color. Could be the ocean or the sky or a flower or the color of your baby's eyes. But think of blue and it will bring me to you to heal or simply surround you in a hug of comfort in any uncomfortable time. I was the parent. I was the parent of a young Jesus. And in my story today, what I'm offering are the facts, the truth, the history of Christ, the man made manifest to demonstrate the power humans each carried within them. We were human. He is the Son of Man. He is a bright star of demonstration. And not because he died on the cross. He was not your Savior. He did not die on the cross. The royal line of David still exists. Bloodline still exists. I was a grandmother. And what I want you to know about the young Jesus could heal. He could heal. He was in touch with his gift. In fact, his gifts were the opportunity for our family to relocate many times as he was found to be strange and was found to bring separation from ourselves, from our community often. But my job as his parent was allow him to run free, be joyful. My constant inquiry and prayer to God was, how do I keep him free? And how does he stay in touch with his gifts that brought him joy and allowed him to bring joy to others, but still considering the impact of those gifts? What was the impact out there? Because dealing with an unawakened person, public, they were puzzled. Sometimes they were begrudging and jealous. Often they were frightened, and sometimes they became violent. How? How do I encourage my young son? He was an energy field, not easy to contain and not willing. I was offered a second sight, an outer sight, and I invoked rules of behavior, and I expected him to honor those requests. Those requests were understand the fear of the new, the newness of you, the newness of your openness. Be kind, son, but do not rescue. Do not prove yourself. And heal, heal. Offer your miracles where there was a request. Yes, he was human, a divine light beaming from a human body. He is your brother. He's your fellow healer. He seeks to be your partner in this life, and he wants no followers. You also are the light. He asks you to put all at risk you think yourself to be, to honor who you are as a divine light. Create and offer what's wanted and needed from your heart mind. Be aware, and then respond. Christ walks beside you and is ready to answer your prayers and stand with you as you offer healing to yourself and loved ones. He came as a living demonstration of what is possible. He did not come here to save you. He came here to revive you, revitalize you, bring you back to the original terms of the life bond the Divine Father created with all humans. Those who perpetrated the lie of the crucifixion did not want the truth of light to perpetuate. They wanted my son, the spirit of my son, the demonstrations of his miracles to disappear, to disappear. We were threatened and we were protected by a group. And we were taken across the ocean to safety to live out our lives and to perform and continue to perform and train and develop spiritual leaders. I'm here because I want you to be clear that there is no myth here. We are not mythic characters. We do not want homage. We seek to show you the way, to clear the obstacles, to heal your pain, to enjoy your suffering with you. We ask you from your heart, in acts of love and gratitude, serve your fellow man. Intentionally and consciously bear witness to your light and the light of your fellow humans, even when the light of your fellow humans isn't apparent. This coming together of the light, this merging of the light, this brightness is seated in each of you. And each of you coming together and honor each other will create a unity of consciousness. There is no other way. There is no other way. The energy of the human soul, fully connecting to the divine, in a circle through the human heart, expands as you bring it back through your local lives. The circle of love. It is already done. Your ascension, my friends, my loved ones, your bright light coming together with the bright light of others. Your ascension is the second coming of Christ. Look up, surrounded by the angelic choir, energized by the deepening of your relationship with the Christ light. Transmute shadows of fear and shame, guilt and unworthiness. Follow the longing of your hearts. Joy, joy is the light. Follow joy. And in doubt or in need, or when you fall, reach out. Reach out. We're there. Reach out in hands, angelic hands, the hands of the teachers, my hand, and that of your brother Christ. We'll reach back for you. Always knowing, again, the seed of the divine is already within you and around you and about you. This from Mother Mary. From Bruce Epperty. Fully immersed in the messiness of daily life, in the experience of vulnerability and powerlessness, at the mercy of heartless and uncaring political leaders, the celebration of Christ's birth brings heaven to earth and earth to heaven. The stable, our very own homes, chock full of divinity. So now that leaves us as humans with being that. What do we do? Well, first, there's no more waiting to be rescued. And from the words of an article that I recently read called Riding the Revelation Wars. Riding the Revelation Wave, by Lorna Bevan. Ask yourself, for 2021, what am I going to create, to transform, and to risk? Not what I'm not going to do, or fix, or repair. What am I going to create, to transform, and to risk? She says, parent your own originality. Stop the practices that are three practices. The lie of inadequacy. You were born not quite good enough. The lie of authority. Outside authority validates your worth. And the lie of affiliation. Parceling off your wholeness in exchange for acceptance. And I'm going to repeat those. Stop the practices of the lie of inadequacy. You were born not quite good enough. The lie of authority. Outside authority validates your worth. The lie of affiliation. Parceling off your wholeness in exchange for acceptance. We're not going to be into the practicals of the revolutions of the new year because I leave that with you to think about, to chat about with us on Wednesday, to open yourself out about as we proceed through this week. It's challenging for a lot of us, given the politics of the day and the pandemic we're still facing. But we will work on it. We want you to look at your 2021 annual theme. Look for a thought. Look for the word. Your word. Who are you as word? Explore. Explore. If I were adequate, what would I be up for? If I needed no one's sanction, who would I be being? And if I did not need your agreement, what would I be saying? What's the word or the phrase or the affirmation? No resolutions. No resolutions to create your year. The past is the past. But what will follow from this work that you do, hopefully next week, and then in those chat rooms, is we will create, each of us, our year. We will create our year. And on New Year's Eve, the celebration will be the declaration, the creation. What am I going to create, transform, and risk? Living into the revolution of your life. An active creation, honest to God creation, no fixing. You don't need fixed. So I leave you with that today, those thoughts, the experience and the expression of Mary and Christ. And I share with you my one miracle. My one miracle. I had a frustrating time as I moved through my religious education, creating a relationship with Christ. So I just ignored him. I kept him to the side. And when there were times to take my novitiate vows, which I ended up not taking, the question really became dear to me about who is he, man or God? Is he man of God? Because in my heart, I had an experience of him being divinely blessed but human, but unwilling to share that with any of my teachers or my confessor. I'm willing to share that, thinking myself a hypocrite, thinking myself a sinner, to not say Christ, the Son of God. But he came to me in a healing when I was dealing with a tremendous amount of grief 2 years ago. And he said the same thing he said today. His gift was joy, and those in service of humanity were to have joy. And in moments, he disappeared the pain that I was actually feeling physically of grief and loss and lack. And I was filled up with grace. I actually knew and felt and saw and experienced myself as if I were a star, brilliant star, being filled up with grace. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. And the experience lasted about 2 weeks because, of course, life beats all those things down, right? But it was there. It was there. And I think inside that full of grace, I can get to when I work with people to support you in being totally amazed at who you are as a spiritual being. And that's what we offer inside those mini retreats. And that's what we're offering inside the Sacred Journey of Life, Spiritual Center and Healing Order. Have you experienced yourself full of grace? That's my wish for you, always. So let's close again with our friend Ronnie.
It's a gospel song called It's Done. Anita Wilson does a wonderful version on YouTube if you get a chance to check it out.
It is done.
It's done. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. God has worked it out on my behalf. My eyes may not see it. By faith I receive it. It will manifest. It's already done. It's already done. receive it. It will manifest. It's already done. Praise Him in advance. Worship in advance. It's done. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. God has worked it out on my behalf. My healing, it's already done. My victory, it's already done. Your healing, your victory, it's already done. Power for this hour, it's already done. Favor for your neighbor, it's already done. I receive, it's already done. It's done. What I shall be, I already am. It's done. God has worked it out on my behalf. My eyes may not see it. By faith, I receive it. I will manifest. It's already done. It's already done. It's already done.
Thank you, Ronnie. What I want to offer you is the book called The Jesus Papers that really talk about a lot of historical research and archival uh, research that's been done on the story of Christ. And it's called, again, The Jesus Papers by Michael Baig, B-A-I-G. Wrote it down for you. B-A-I-G-N-E-N-T, Bagnet. I recommend it. He also wrote with a partner the book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail, where the Knights of Templar seeking Holy Grail were really not seeking a gold cup, but actually, the truth of the ending of Christ. So very, very exciting work. And I offer you again a return, please, next Sunday, where we will take a look at 2021 and support you in creating it. I love you. Namaste.